Hello everyone, my name is Mallika Kapoor. I did my BEL Honours from Aligarh Muslim University and it got completed in 2023. I recently did my Masters specializing in criminal law from Jamia Millia Islamia University. It got completed last month only, and I recently joined as Probationary Officer Legal in Bharat Electronics Ltd, and I also got selected as Probationary Officer Legal in Hindustan Copper Ltd. I have been giving these PSU exams for almost a year now. After I got selected, a few people were interested in knowing how I prepared for these PSU exams, and especially because now we have this 3-year practice rule in judiciary. So I think it becomes really important for all the judiciary aspirants to also look for other venues where they can find good jobs. And I think PSUs are a really good option if you are looking for a government job and you are also doing preparations for the judiciary exams. So PSUs are something which you can do, prepare for it side by side. If I talk about the Bharat Electronics Ltd exam, I did not specifically prepare for this exam. I was giving several other PSU exams, so this one was just I did not specifically prepare for it. I had earlier prepared for the SEBI Legal, and preparing for SEBI Legal really helped me in giving the Bharat Electronics Ltd exam, because the legal portion of this BEL exam was on the same pattern as that of SEBI Legal. So they asked company law, they asked securities law as well, and the other BNS, BSA, BNSS, as well as IPC. They asked Indian Evidence Act, CRPC, all of those they asked. They asked the Depositories Act, SEBI Act, Companies Law. They asked IBC. They asked. So you can look for the SEBI Legal syllabus. You don't need to do those regulations and all which are asked in the SEBI exam. You don't need to do those for the Bharat Electronics Ltd exam, but you can definitely look at the various statutes which are asked in the SEBI legal exam, and more or less they would ask the same questions which are asked over there. Because for Bharat Electronics Ltd, when the notification was released, they did not specifically give any syllabus to us. And I also did not do any specific preparation for this, but the edge which I got in the exam was that I had earlier on prepared for SEBI Legal. So I think that preparing for SEBI Legal would like that preparation would suffice for the Bharat Electronics Ltd exam. So there were two portions in the exam of Bharat Electronics Ltd. The first portion was it contained quants reasoning, I guess, and there was GK and English. But the level of quants and reasoning that was asked in Bharat Electronics Ltd exam was way easier than what they asked in the SO paper, or even for that matter the SEBI exam. It was very easy. The first portion of BEL paper was really easy. The English was very doable. The GK was also quite easy. It was more like general knowledge and not very current affairs or legal knowledge, like legal current affairs or anything like that. It was not like that. They asked really basic general knowledge questions. The quants was also very doable. I think they asked DI. The DI was also very easy. So overall the first part was really easy. I think the second part, which contained the legal questions, that was also very easy, and they focused more in terms of the new laws. They did a comparative, more of a comparative with the old laws. They were asking questions like how many sections are there in the new act, how many sections were there in the old act, how many chapters in the new act, how many chapters in the old act. So they were asking questions like that from the new laws and the old laws. Other than that, for company law and the other securities law and all the other laws which are asked in SEBI, IBC and all, they were asking a bit technical questions, so that has to be seen. Other than that, if I talk about the Hindustan Copper Ltd paper, because I think this was all that was needed for the BEL paper. Other than that, for the Hindustan Copper Ltd paper, so the BEL paper was in pen and paper mode, whereas the Hindustan Copper Ltd paper was in like the computer based exam. So the Hindustan Copper Ltd paper also had two sections. The first one was reasoning. If I remember, it had quants, and it had either GK or English. I'm not very sure, but there were one of these was asked, and there was time limit which was there for that exam. So the first paper was roughly same on the similar pattern as of IBPS SO. In the second paper, again we did not have any specified syllabus which was asked, but I think the paper was like, it was easy, it was mediocre, not too difficult. I think they asked Consumer Protection Act, they asked Motor Act, like a bit different laws were asked from the laws which are asked in the Bharat Electronics paper. In this one, like I think they asked SOGA also, they asked IPC also, they asked BNS also, Companies Act also. So it was a mixed bag of all the laws. It was, I cannot say that they asked this particular act or that particular act. They were literally asking every law, like one or two question was asked from every law. So I think if you're preparing for judiciary, you can definitely approach these exams, but the most important thing about these exams is that you need to focus on the legal subjects. That is obviously there, you need to focus on that, but other than that, you really need to focus on maths, like quants and the reasoning, because I have been giving these exams for so long. I've been giving these exams for a year now. The first exam that I gave was SEBI Legal. I qualified the prelims of that, but I could not qualify the mains. After that, I gave ADI paper, I gave IBPS SO and a few other exams, but I could not qualify any of them. The main reason why I could not qualify these exams was that I was really weak at maths, like quants and reasoning. So I think that it's really important for us, the law students, because we have lost touch with quants and all for so many years. I think it's really important that we really focus on that. For days and days, I have done reasoning practice, I have done quants practice. I would just I would do the practice questions which are asked in IBPS exam, ADI exam, and NICL exam. I would just practice all of them, and still it was really difficult for me to score in reasoning and in quants. I think that most of the legal students, the reason why they are not able to qualify for these PSU exams, and they cannot even qualify the pre-stage, like the same case that the same thing happened with me, that I was not able to qualify for the mains, because I could not pass in the pre-exam. I could not pass the quants, or I could not pass the reasoning. So in the main stage, I think it is a lot easier because they only ask the laws section, but to reach there you need to pass quants and reasoning. So it was a really big challenge for me. So I used to practice from YouTube, and I used to practice from PYQs of SO and IDI, etc. So I think it's really important to focus not only on the legal subjects, but to also focus on these reasoning and quants and GK and everything, and English also. For the people who are preparing for judiciary, you need to put some extra effort in studying the company's law and a bit of securities law, because those subjects are usually not asked in the judiciary exam, but these subjects are asked in the PSU exams. And I think now, after this 3-year practice rule, it has become really important for all the judiciary aspirants to explore other venues. And like now, as I'm working in a PSU, I think that PSUs are a great option. The work environment is really great, and there is not too much pressure like corporate. So you get to explore, you get to be in a great company, but at the same time the work environment is not too harsh. So I think this video will help people who want to become a legal officer in the PSUs, and want to apply for exams other than CLAT, to go for a PSU, because in CLAT, as we all know, that you have to secure a really high all India rank to get into those. So I think a better option to get in a PSU is that these PSUs release their individual like notifications, and you can go in a PSU and become a legal officer by applying through these individual notifications rather than applying through CLAT. So yeah, that was all I had to say. Thank you so much. I hope this video helps.